on the road in this environment when there were doubts. Sherrone, what does it mean to you?
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD, we got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These fucking guys right here. These guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
Thank you, Coach.
Police in Michigan are investigating an alleged assault, and a prosecutor is reviewing charges against former University of Michigan football coach Sherrone Moore.
What's up? It's your boy A to the L to the A to the N. I'm Alan.
And my name is Nicole.
And welcome to After Hours at the House, where we turn from heart to heat.
Where love checks out and the drama checks in.
So go in the kitchen, grab you a drink. This holiday season, this drama gets deeper than you think. All right, so what we're talking about tonight in After Hours, everybody's seen it. It's all over the headlines during this holiday/bowl season. The Michigan coach, a top 5 power program in the Big Ten, fired over an inappropriate relationship with his female staffer.
Moore was fired after an investigation found credible evidence that he was engaged in a, quote, inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So I'm just going to be real. This is After Hours. This is where it gets real, right?
Right.
We go from heart to heat, right?
Right.
So let me tell you. Is you insane? $6 million a year? Trash.
Well, how you fuck up that? You went out here and got a basic ass white girl. That white girl look like Ricky Lake. $14 million, your job? You lost it? Michigan ain't gonna never hire now another nigga again. How you messed that out, fam? The man went to jail, got out, and was right back on IG. Man, Michigan ain't even finna have a goddamn black water boy no damn more. Sherrone Moore done messed it off like that. Come on, fam, what the hell you thinking? Out of all the women.
I mean, this is what happens when men think they can have it all.
Do tell.
Because you have a successful career, right?
True.
Money to maintain your lifestyle.
True.
You have a wife. You have a child.
Very true.
Child or children. Either way,
Children.
you have a
3.
family.
3.
You have children.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go ahead and think you can just get a side piece.
Well, Sherrone Moore, and I think we should title this Sherrone is wrong. But you're wrong all the way around. You got a family, wife, as you named it, 3 kids, and they all happen to be daughters. Mm-hmm. And Sherrone is one of those individuals that like to play in the snow. Now he lost his dough. His wife is of Caucasian descent. Mm-hmm. Biracial kids.
His mistress.
His mistress is all Caucasian.
His long time mistress.
And and we'll put a clip in here so you can see this. So for this ex-Michigan player to know that this is not a secret around Ann Arbor, Michigan, lets me know not only did he not care, he was sloppy. Mm-hmm. My opinion, I think the wife knew.
Oh, I definitely think from everything that I've heard, I think the wife knew as well. And I think she kind of just accepted it. I don't know if she was on board per se, but I think she just kind of was like, okay, this is what it is. But she definitely knew because it sounds like the town talks, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so she knew whether he denied it to his wife.
I don't think he denied it. You can't deny this. Going from $55,000 a year in salary to $90,000 a year in salary. Automatic alert. That's going to alert so many people.
The assistant or
the assistant, yeah. That's going to alert so many people in the administration. So allegedly, it was an investigation conducted during the summer. Michigan and Human Resources Department or what have you found no wrongdoing. The athletic director, the AD, then came back and said, if you can find or provide me some proof, I will fire him immediately. Allegedly, he was given the opportunity, one, to admit it, because it's a manager-subordinate relationship, to admit it and then transfer her or fire her. This fool chose to fire her, knowing that she got all the skeletons in the closet. She holds all the cards.
Just not smart.
Not smart.
Not smart at all, because now you already in too deep with this situation, right? Because it was going on for quite some time.
Right.
You in
at least 2 years.
You in too deep with it. You know that, you have a level of notoriety, right? As this popular coach.
As a black coach.
Yeah, right. Which we don't get those opportunities.
Power 5 program in the country.
And black men don't get, a lot of black coaches don't get the opportunity at a school like that, right? So for him to be doing what he's doing, have this level of notoriety, and fire her, like you said, knowing that she got your mistress always, in my opinion, and from what I've heard, your mistress always know your secrets because she don't care. Like, she's not gonna really judge you because she's a side piece, right? So she know all his. I'm sure she knew a lot about him and had all kinds of receipts and things like that. So I agree, firing her was just stupid, because now a lot more can come out and you can be exposed for a lot more things by not keeping her happy.
Right, and here's a head coach that pretty much was handed the job after Jim Harbaugh.
I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
Left college to go back to the NFL. He's now coaching the LA Chargers. But here in your second season, you're 9-3. You had a good season. Last year you didn't have a decent season during that transition period, but you still beat Ohio State. This season you have a better season, going to a bowl game, and you fumble the bag. So you get fired with cause, which means the remaining $14 million on your contract is voided, so you don't get paid that. Not only that, your image is ruined, because after she exposes the situation, you then go and catch criminal charges by going to her house, breaking and entering, going into the kitchen, which suggests he's been there plenty of times to know where the butter knives are, allegedly holding it up to his knife and saying that she ruined his life. And on his way out, his wife had his location. His wife gave the location to the police for them to intercept him and take him in.
This is what you call a situation going from bad to extremely worse.
It seems like they ain't learned from OJ.
First of all, that's a whole nother topic of the black man messing with the snow bunnies, and there's a history there. We already know, so I don't understand. I mean, you like what you like, okay? But you're doing this, and you have layers to it, because you already got your snow bunny at home. So why you gotta go and put yourself in a situation, mess up your life?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't think anybody learned from OJ or anything like that. I just think that this is a situation that went from bad to extremely worse.
One of the 911 operators is saying, according to our victim here, he did put a knife to his throat and ran off. Then it goes on to say he walked out with several knives, and that there was a mention about U of M. So this is giving us a little bit more information about what may have allegedly transpired when police arrived at this home where they arrested him. Remember, this came on the same day that he was fired.
What if he did do something to her, because he's not in a good state of mind, right? Once he's exposed and his career is down the drain, all of these things are kind of coming out.
So
it brings him down, right? Yep. So now he's wilding out because of that. So it takes it from bad to worse.
Yeah, it could have, right? Because he was already in an emotional state, right? So I think one of the things, fellas, regardless of race, let's not make it a race thing. Yeah. We're making it about race, or call that out because he was in a major program as a black head coach,
and just based on the history,
right? But I think you love who you love. You can't control that.
Yeah.
But you have to have discipline, right? You got to have discipline, right? Especially when you get money, power, and authority. Then, after situations get exposed, everybody come out the woodwork. Then you got the Instagram model. We'll put that clip here, where she's coming out saying that he texted her at halftime of games. Trash. You
trying to invite her to the game.
Not only invite her to the game, but trying to set up foursomes and quid pro quo. I give you 4 tickets to the Michigan game if you set me up with these Instagram models. How foolish! The internet is forever. So you all in a DM. She exposed the DM mainly because of notoriety, of course, but to kick a man while he's down.
But this is what happens when you have a man. I don't know his background as far as his upbringing, right? Mm-hmm. But it sounds like a situation where you ain't maybe have much, right? And then you get all this money or power, and now you think you just invincible.
Money and power, right? Because those are small, even though they're big schools, they in small towns.
But men, this happens with men a lot. I'm not saying it doesn't happen with women, when women gain power, but with men think
it definitely happens with women. That's for a future episode.
And I definitely had know some situations, but when a man gets all this power, especially a level he never had before, now you're being greedy. Now you're, not only do you have a wife and you're cheating on her with a mistress, but now you're trying to link up with all these other things and set up foursomes and arrange. You're just going height. And it's like, if you don't get exposed or get caught up, then you're going to keep doing it. It's the thrill you're chasing.
They paying you to win football games, not chase hoes. And I think we got to understand when we get in those positions. Same thing, right? And I put the clip in here as well, or the news article. Here we have Mel Tucker, who's done the same thing a couple of years ago. Black man, he come from the Saban tree. He's worked at the University of Georgia. He got championship rings. He gets hired, massive contract, 10 years, $96 million at Michigan State University. What does he do? Go play in the snow. And one thing about these major universities, you play in the snow, you gotta go. They're gonna make sure of it. Whether they're doing it intentionally, whether they setting you up, whether they setting you up to fail, whether they setting you up in a trap to get caught. We got to be smarter. Not only, I'm not trying to make it about race, but as men, we have to be smarter. Same thing. We just saw, he's not a black coach, but we just saw the same thing with the University of Ohio coach. He had several inappropriate relationships that he was dealing with, and he only had an 8-4 season. So he just recently got fired.
If you thought the Sherrone Moore story was crazy, listen to this. Just one season into his role, Ohio University head football coach Brian Smith was fired for having a relationship with an undergrad student at the university. There's conflicting reports around whether the relationship was an extramarital affair or not. From what I've seen, Smith and his wife filed for divorce earlier this month, and the relationship began shortly after. It's been reported that Smith and the student allegedly regularly met at the Ohio University Inn. The situation came to light when the student's parents found out, prompting a university investigation. While reports suggest Smith wasn't actively hiding the relationship, it's unclear how many people were aware.
So, coaches, I've never been on a coaching other than, just having fun with some of my friends, kind of coaching them, or intramural sports. But on any high school level, middle school level, collegiate level, D1 program, top tier D1 program, HBCU, there has to be a level of decorum, because to whom much is given, much is required. And you're required to operate within the laws and the confines of your contract.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, men need to have self-control, but also prioritize, what's most important? Is it really worth it? And I know a lot of these coaches and things like that, maybe they had careers in the sport themselves, or maybe they wanted to get to this point, right? They kind of worked hard to get to this point, some of them. You work hard to get to this point. You're here. Why risk it?
But you risk it. It's the thrill, right? I think it's the thrill until you get caught. And literally in 24 hours, your life can go from here to here.
In the blink of an eye.
In the blink of an eye. So we got to have more of a level of self-respect and a level of discipline, because you are the leader of young men. What are you teaching them?
Exactly.
Attitude reflects leadership, coach. And I think a lot of times, if we don't instill this in young men, these become the very same young men that women say are undateable, or that they can't deal with them because they have no sexual discipline. All sexual desires, and no sexual discipline. So as they get money, as they make now the NIL money in college, if they have the 1% that make it to the NFL, guess what? They're going to end up being broke because they're chasing the wrong things, right? They're not talking or thinking about investments. They're not building within the family. They got all these extramarital affairs. They paying off women. I
was about to say, when you're having all these things, it's cost you.
Yeah.
Pay to play, right?
Yeah.
So,
and now what we learned from Diddy is, you flying these Instagram models out across state lines, you might get a FRICO charge.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this before. Probably on other episodes or just off script. It's like there's a thrill that we chase, right? There's a thrill that we chase. We the bad boy episode, right? When girls chase bad boys, we there's a thrill that we're chasing. We know we're not supposed to have it, but we want to keep chasing it. We want to keep trying to get it, especially when there's no repercussions around it. There's no consequence around it. We want to keep trying to, until we get in too deep. Women chasing the bad boy situation, things get, go left. And then it's kind of like, to the point of no return. Same situation, right. Similar situation, different circumstances, but you're chasing this thrill because you're not getting caught, because you don't have any repercussions. And then once shit hit the fan, it's like, damn, everything just blew up in your face.
Like a ticking time bomb that you didn't even know was ticking. So I think, one of the things that has to happen as we elevate, you have to elevate your standards. You have to elevate your way of thinking. You have to elevate your self-respect. You have to elevate your leadership style. You have to elevate the manner in which you show up, because especially in today's society, the camera is always on you. All somebody got to do is pick up a phone. All somebody got to do is look at a text message. You think it has disappeared? They have so much technology where they can check deleted texts and deleted Instagram messages and IP address and fake email accounts and all this. You can't hide. You may run for a little bit, but you can't hide. And once it's exposed, it's out there.
And I think one of my biggest takeaways from this situation is that take accountability for your actions. He didn't do that. By you going and you going to this girl's house and you're being all angry and upset. I don't care what she did. You're the one who stepped out on your wife.
All you had to do was transfer a big dog.
Yeah, exactly. You had that option. You had that option, but getting the what was it? Plan B and abortion pill, allegedly abortion pill, whatever. Trying to make that go away, right? Because a baby being involved adds another layer to it. It
definitely raised suspicion when somebody goes from, I said 55 earlier, from 58,000 to 90,000 in 1 year. It raised suspicions of what you're trying to cover up.
Of course, but I also feel like when you have a mistress, and you can say from a man's perspective if this is true or not, but you have a mistress, right? Y'all having fun, you're having a good time. Baby comes into the picture, it's not that no more.
No, it's not that no more.
So he doesn't want that with her. He has a family at home. Exactly. He has kids at home. He's done that.
Exactly.
So no baby. It's not.
And ladies, if you're in that situation, he ain't leaving his wife. I don't give a damn what he tell you. He ain't leaving. He ain't leaving his kids. He ain't leaving his family.
Yeah.
So you got to make a decision.
And so my point in it is that you're not taking accountability for your own actions. You're going to her house and trying to threaten her and all this stuff.
She had already exposed it.
Yeah, but you're
too little, too late.
Yeah, but you acting in that way, just take accountability. Just be like, damn, I messed up. Yeah, it is what it is, and just deal with what comes with it.
Yeah, and I think that would have both over well to go out, maybe a public statement. Maybe a public statement from his lawyer or a written statement or whatever. Take accountability for it and leave it alone. There's no reason for you to get that upset.
Right.
That you get in your car, emotionally upset, emotionally charged and emotionally driven, drive over there, have the conversation, break in. Maybe you knew the key code, or maybe you had your own access, whatever the case may be. Or maybe somebody let you in from the front door because they knew who you were. Go in there, threaten to harm yourself in front of this lady, knowing that she's setting herself up for a big payday. Not only is she still employed, she can't get fired. Otherwise, she'll own the wing of Michigan campus, the University of Michigan campus, from a retaliation standpoint. But not only that, now's a situation where they have to investigate to see if the university did enough to protect her, and they're still facing a major lawsuit. Because being in this society, the Me Too movement, being involved in athletics, where it's pretty much male-dominated, especially in the football program, you're the minority. So they're going to find some wrongdoing. I just hope that it doesn't involve not just the coach, but some other players as well that may get stripped of their scholarship or their NIL money because they got photos or videos or something that they've been passing around in the locker room.
Yeah, I think
it can cause a slippery slope is my point.
Yeah, it can. And I think ultimately when you look at situations like this, you hear stories like this, trying to think about like what caused this, what was the root of this. And I think for somebody like him and men who do these things, because the thing that threw me off is you talking about you threatening to take your own life and stuff. That's just mental health issues in my opinion. So what is it that you're not dealing with internally that made you step out on your wife in the first place, that made you want to keep reaching out to all these other women, and then now it's blown up in your face, and now you're doing things that is abnormal, like trying to threaten to harm yourself and other people?
But I think you said it earlier, right? With the money comes to power. You feel invincible until it happens to you. Now it's everybody else's fault. So I think in your knee-jerk reaction and your emotionally charged state, I think that's your first reaction to blame others versus looking in the mirror. I'm sure now that he's had some time to reflect and go in front of a judge, that he's been like, dang, I could have handled that situation differently. But if you're already an emotional charged individual, we'll put that clip in here of him crying.
For this university, the president, our AD, we got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These fucking guys right here, these guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
Thank you, Coach.
When you're that emotional about just winning a game, imagine how you are in your personal life, right? So I think that level of emotion, not only coming from a man, right? Because it got to be balanced. You got to have some emotion, but you also got to have emotional regulation because you're the leader of a 53-man roster, right? So on top of all the other assistant coaches, grad assistants, whatever, that are following you. So you have to be in a space to use that money for your health, invest in your mental health, take care of your family, and do your best to produce better athletes on the field, but most importantly, better men after they leave college. You have a duty and a responsibility to those communities that you serve and to those young men that you stand in front of every day and say, go out here, fight for me, win this game so that I can continue to keep my job and continue to make my millions. Whether they make it past college or not, they're still going to always remember, dang, Coach had all that going on in the background.
Yeah.
Was Coach focused on the game plan? We probably could have had a better season if he didn't have all that going on in the background.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why it's like, where are your priorities? If you worked hard to get yourself to this place, and then so I think let's kind of wrap the episode up with like, what are some takeaways that people can learn from this situation?
Yeah, I think definitely having discipline, making sure that money doesn't control you, because the love of money is the root of all evil. To whom much is given, much is required. So you have a level of responsibility, and as the head coach, especially an African American coach in a top 5 program, you have a responsibility to be President Obama. The camera is always on you. You have to be doing the right things even when nobody's watching. You have to be a man of high integrity, high morals, high character, so that you can lead young men and produce better men in society post-college.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. I think when you get into a position of power, whether you're male, female, whatever, naturally and kind of humanly, your ego can take over, right? You can get big-headed and start to lose sight of what your real values were, or what your real goals were. So I think, don't let that power get to you.
Yeah, and I think
take over.
And I think you have to use the right head, right? I think we talked about that off script as well. And I'm gonna end with this: don't lose your head, use your head, man. With that, we'll see what happens in January when he goes for a second arraignment.
If y'all have not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have many after hours episodes on this channel. We also have regular House of Love episodes where we really dive into the pros and how to foster healthy relationships. But thank you for tuning into this episode of After Hours.
Yes, definitely catch up on the episodes during this holiday season, from our house to yours. Have a great holiday season, and don't blink. The next episode of After Hours, it may get deeper than you think. Woo!
A win on the road in this environment when there were doubts. Sherrone, what does it mean to you?
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. For this university, the president, our AD, we got the best players, best university, best alumni in the country. Love you guys. These fucking guys right here, these guys right here, man. These guys did it. These guys did it, man. Talk to him, man. Love you.
Thank you, Coach.